What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fleet Friday. Today we are looking at the lifeguard, the Rangers lifeguard unit, and this is the vehicle that they do have, as you can see. Here's a 360 view of it. Whoops, went through it, and it says right there, lifeguard, beach patrol, Rangers unit, and this is the setup for it, pretty much. This is the setup for that one. Let's get inside it so I can show you guys around. So if you guys didn't know, Rangers do have a beach patrol. The reason why is because due to the fact that they do have a beach here. So welcome back to another episode of Fleet Friday. Today we are looking at the lifeguard patrol. So this is the vehicle that they have. Lifeguards usually search and rescue as well use it as to basically rescue people from waters. Here's a pretty accurate look at it. It's a pretty cool car, as you can see. And it's a car that that allows the lifeguards to basically respond and also save people's lives. One thing that's cool about this is the features that it does have. For example, the lights are on the top. This is done so that people can easily see it, because we can't put it on here because this will cover it. So we have it all the way up here, just like the real life units. So we're gonna go ahead and first show you the features of the vehicle as itself. So so real quick, what we do have is these boards that are used to rescue people that are trapped in the water. They usually hold on to it. You throw it to the people, they hold on to it, and then you pull them to shore. You do have your first aid kit that does have everything that you need in terms of saving a person's life who's been drowning. And then, so at the front of the vehicle, we have right here, this is the current setup. So because the light bar is so high up, it looks like it's floating. But the good thing about that one is people in front of you can easily see the lights, because they wouldn't be able to see it if we put it right here. And plus it would interfere with the antennas and stuff, unlike the regular unit. So that's another feature that we do have. We do have this to be able to dig up people that have fallen into quicksand and so on. And this one is to care once the person is on shore and they need to be transferred over to the paramedics. We use this to basically transfer the person from the water to this little mini bed, you could call it, and then over to the paramedics, who can put them in their vehicle and transport them to the local hospital. So now feature-wise, this is what we have. So here's the ELS. This is similar to other departments' ELS. So you have Code 1. Code 1, pretty much what it allows you to use is the lights in the back basically are what's on. So nothing in the front is going to be on, but the lights in the back are pretty bright, and they're the ones that are going to be blinking. So with that, you're going to have these blinking, the ones at the bumper. Then you have the ones at the window, and you have the big light bar that's on the top that's also going to be blinking. This is used for events like these. He was on the sim in a blue Charger. Some guy in a white suit shot at my car with an AK. Oh, interesting. So local units are dealing with that, so I'm not gonna get involved. But so you have so the bumper, the back window, and the top bars. It's used for intersections like these right now where I'm parked, because I don't have a person. I'm not pulling somebody over, so I don't need these lights on. So therefore, I can have these on and direct people to wherever they, telling them, hey, there's an officer here, don't rear end me, type of thing. So Next up, you have Co2. Co2 turns on the front and the back now. So they're both going to work. So before we only had the back, now we have the front. With the front, now you have the ELS, the that are changing patterns, and you have the grill and the side bumpers, the front bumpers, and the push bar that are on. But one thing you won't notice is the headlights, strobe lights are not on. That happens in Code 3. There's a unit near me. I think they're still looking for that guy. So that's Code 2. Then you have Code 3. That's when all the lights are on, pretty much, and they're usually blinking fast. And I believe, I'm not sure, the push bar is also triggers to where if you hit it on a vehicle with a tire, it pops that tire. But I'm not sure because I have not tested it. You also have now the strobe lights, front and back, that are on. As you can see, it's like blinking back and forth. That's another feature that usually this is used when you're headed to when you're chasing somebody or you're headed to scene Code 3. Basically, you're responding to a scene. But you usually turn it off if you're coming at an intersection that's pretty busy, because you don't want to be popping everybody's tire that comes at your way, pretty much. I'm going to go back to Code 1, so I don't want people rear-ending me. Then you have your standby. So standby is kind of used if you have your whale and you want to turn that off into standby mode, you can do that. That's basically, you can either call it standby or you can call it off. So in this case, standby could be like, oh, hold on type of thing, or it could be like, I just want the whole thing off. You have the lock unlock. This feature is not activated for the police version, for the police, but it will be later down the road, most likely V2. So you have that. So then you have the whale, then you have the Yelp, and the priority. So that's their own little thing that they do have. You also have low power mode, of course, so that means you can have your whale at low power mode. So that means you don't want to make it loud. So especially when you're going through like a quiet neighborhood or it's in the middle of the night and you don't want to wake people up, you could put it in low power mode so that you don't affect. You could still let the traffic know that you're coming, but you don't want to wake people up in the middle of the night. So usually you use that. It works towards for everything. Basically, any sound that this vehicle makes in low power mode is going to make the lower sound of that. That includes the horn. So right now it's okay. There's a unit that's in trouble right now. You said MDF. Suspect down. So we're gonna go ahead and respond and make sure there's no medical. Whoa! Ooh, I got some airtime right there. That was a bad idea. I should have paid attention. Holy crap! That's interesting. So we have a scene here and we have a scene here. Whoa. I'm down. Him getting killed, and then me responding to the scene. But we're gonna go back to our video and not bother with that right now. Our Fleet Friday video. So you have your whale, your Yelp, and your priority. Your manual, of course. Now, if you have manual, if you have it, if the whale is on, let me put it in low power mode real quick. If the whale is on and you hit manual, it turns into Yelp. So watch this. So that means that if you want to switch between them, you don't have to keep hitting this. You don't have to keep doing that. If you're in whale, you hit manual, it goes to Yelp. If you're on Yelp, and you hit manual, it goes to priority. So you see that? So that's another feature that you do have, that you can like switch between them. This is usually used for intersections and so on. You have your horn as well. to basically get people to move out of your way pretty much. And then you have your traffic advisors, so you can tell people go left, go right, or go around you basically, or you can tell them to go around you in like a low pattern way pretty much. Next up is the cruise. Cruise basically means, or aux, depends on where you live, is these lights. It's kind of like telling people, you know, there's basically letting them know there's law enforcement in the area. So that works like that. Next feature is the dome light. It's this light right there. You can turn it on, white. You use the red at night so that your eyes don't get adjusted, and it's pretty easy for you because you don't want a bright light at night, and then you have to return to the scene and your eyes is not adjusted to it, and it's matters of seconds. So if you are in danger and your eyes are not adjusted, you're gonna be in big trouble. You don't want to do that. Next up is gonna be your left alley lights. That's right here. That's when you're searching for something on the left. And then your right alley light and your takedowns right there. So you see how bright they are? So usually at night when you're looking for something, especially out here in the woods, rangers utilize this a lot because it gets super dark over here. So if you're looking for somebody, you can go ahead and pretty much, utilize this at night, whether you're in Co2 or so on. It helps find when you're finding a person or a body or whatever, or somebody needs to be rescued. Now, majority of the time, this vehicle you won't see it roaming the street. You'll be seeing it roam right here, pretty much the beach. This is where it does majority of its rescues. This is where it's known for. So this is kind of like its hometown type of thing, if you call it. Then you have your fan, and of course your gun lock. This vehicle does not have a spotlight. It just has a spotlight panel, but it does not. It can, however, run radar if it wanted to, but majority of the time, this vehicle's purpose isn't to run radar. But that is pretty much that for when it comes to protecting the waters. So the lifeguard unit pretty much does that. This is one of their vehicles that they utilize. They also do have a boat, the search and rescue boat. So they pretty much, those units either use their vehicles or they use the boat that they have to do their search and rescues and stuff. And of course, they're still officers, so that means they can still arrest you. So these aren't your regular lifeguards. They're still rangers. They're still sworn officers. They do have a badge. They do have a gun. They can call for backup. They can take you to jail and so on. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are feeling awesome, make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.